Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Today I'm going to teach you another lesson on etching glass. This is a little bit more of an advanced lesson. If you are under 16, definitely get some help from an adult. And it can get a little bit messy, so make sure that you wear a smock. And let's get started. Now what you're going to need to do your project are a mirror, a paintbrush, and you don't need the best paintbrush because the products can ruin your brush. So a cheap brush is okay as long as it doesn't fall apart. You need a marker of some sort. You need puffy paint, which is fabric paint, so it is permanent. Be careful what you're wearing because if it gets on your clothing, it is permanent and it will dry and it will stay. And then the Armor Etch, which again I highly recommend. It's a great product. Okay, so guys, you need a mirror. You want to make sure it's clean before you go ahead and get started. And it might be a good idea to have a picture or a sketch of exactly what it is you want to see on your glass. And here we go. Alright, so once you've finished doing your sketch, you want to get some puffy paint. Actually, I already have it ready. And go over the parts that you drew with a Sharpie marker. And this part is going to be your relief. The parts that are covered in puffy paint are not going to be etched if you let it dry properly. And sorry guys, I was going to do something different than etching since I did that a couple weeks ago, but since if you watched my last video, you know I got a burn. It's pretty serious. It hurts a lot. And just trying to take care of it and trying to make sure it's not getting infected. But I'm going to speed this up so you can get the idea pretty quick here. Now, after you've let your puffy paint dry for about 24 to 48 hours, depending on how thick it is, then you go ahead and make sure your brush is clean, and you have your armor etch. And you want to apply this liberally, which means you know, don't skimp on it. Use a nice thick coat, and you put it everywhere. You don't need to worry about getting it on the puffy paint because the paint will stay. And just make sure that you stay inside here. This is what I'm doing, so actually the top part of the mirror can be used to see yourself like a mirror is meant to be. And also make sure that if you have pets or children that are young, you don't let them get anywhere near this. It's a fairly safe product, but just to be sure. And it could be messy too if your cat jumps up on the table and you're in the middle of doing this, and then you've got fingerprints, permanent paw prints on your glass coffee table, and that wouldn't be very good. So here we go. The product instructions say to leave it on for about 60 seconds, no more, no less. I actually like to leave it on for about 5 minutes, but really any longer than that, the product dries. Once it dries, it's not doing the etching anymore anyway. So about 5 minutes, and then you can wash it off with warm water. Okay, so now we're going to rinse off the etching. If you don't have a frame on your mirror, it may be a little bit easier, but it's not a huge deal unless the mirror is glass too, or the frame is glass too. Then you gotta be a little bit more careful, and you might want to tape off the edges, but you can use your paintbrush and kind of move it around too. But this is warm water, and after 5 minutes, this is when you wash it off. This is a bigger project. This will take a little bit longer, so just be patient. Make sure you get off all of the acid etching. And you may find that some of your puffy paint comes off too. That's fine. So I'm going to just go ahead and pause this and be back in a minute. Now, after you're done washing off your Armor Etch cream, you make sure that you dry your mirror. And then this is my favorite part, where you actually take off the relief, you take off the puffy paint, and this is where you find your design. And it's kind of fun to just sit here and peel it off too. So here is our finished product. Look at all the happy little walruses. But some things that you have to look out for and be careful is, if you see that kind of foggy color there, that is from dripping when washing the acid etch off. But it's light in comparison to this, so we can just kind of play it off like it's toothpaste or Windex streak or something like that. But this is it. This is our freehand etching mirror, and you know, there's a lot of things that you can do with this. Guys, thanks for watching. I would love to see some of the designs that you've done on your own using this tutorial. You can send them to my Twitter account, which is annotated below. Also, like, subscribe, favorite, and you know, if you have any suggestions, I would also love to hear those. See you next week. Thanks.